Hello beautiful, strong, happy and healthy people. So today I want to talk about a food sensitivity test that I got done. So quickly, what it is they take an acupuncture point, they do it based on your body's energy, and they tell you what foods you are sensitive to and what foods you aren't, based on the readings with the machine that has worked through your body's energy. I know, right? What the fuck? So I'm a super skeptical person, and I don't believe in, I try and take the science route whenever possible. So when it comes to alternative medicine and natural medicines, I take it with a grain of salt. So like, I do believe in a lot of things, like I do see the value in things, but just based on my own testing. But until I see enough evidence, I generally will encourage it or go that way. So I was given a free food sensitivity test because I bought this package deal of colonics that I have another video on, and I decided, like, why not give it a go? But I was so surprised of what I actually got in this. So I went in super skeptical. And I decided I would quickly make this quick video and tell you what happened with my reading and why I actually found a little bit of value out of it. I've got a quick few minutes. I do have a date that I'm supposed to be going on any second now, but I get dressed way too quick. I find it way too easy to get ready, so I might as well make a really quick video that I'm gonna make tomorrow anyway about this food intolerance thing until my date arrives to pick me up, and then I gotta do a little makeup first. The reading thing, you're sitting down, you're relaxed. She has this weird pen device, a computer system. She finds an acupuncture point that works well for you. Mine was on the inside of my finger there. She presses on it and she will do the reading and sees what comes up. So a couple of things that was super strange to me. Cabbage was triggered. It means my body does not like cabbage. I've avoided cabbage because whenever I eat cabbage, I bloat. And then after that, broccoli was also triggered for me, which is very rare to have those two. Once those two were triggered, she was like, do you have a thyroid issue? And I was like, yes, because if you have a thyroid issue, your body hates those two things, and those two things your body doesn't like. One thing that was triggered was red and white wine. Now my body hates wine. The smell of wine, particularly red, the taste of it, the look of it, ever since I was a little kid, I've always been like revolted by it. I don't know why. I always thought that maybe when I get older I'm going to start enjoying the taste of these things, but I'm 25 and the smell and taste is just ugh. And I was triggered by it. So when your body is telling you you don't like something, so like me with broccoli, if there's something that you've always been put off by, there's a good chance your body doesn't want to eat it, and it's telling you, it's protecting you, that you don't want to have that for a reason. So you're a kid and you don't like your broccoli, and your parents telling you to eat your broccoli, and you're saying I don't like that. There's probably a good reason why your body is telling you you don't want this. Like Brussels sprouts, a lot of people have problems with Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts and I was not triggered by Brussels sprouts, but one of my friends that went and did this test, she was triggered by it and she hates Brussels sprouts. So if your body's telling you you do not like a certain food, there's a reason why you do not like that certain food, because your body does not want it in its system. The only fruit I will refuse to eat because I do not like the taste of was grapefruit, and grapefruit popped up. My body is a no-go with grapefruit. I was so surprised. I was like, the only fruit that popped up and the only fruit that I will refuse to eat, because I love fruit with a passion, was grapefruit, and that popped up. Other things came up was lettuce. I hate every lettuce except for iceberg. I hate every lettuce except spinach leaves. It's the only thing I'll eat with salad. Iceberg lettuce, all those other lettuce I don't know the names of, I really don't like. I was triggered by that. Pork and veal, two meats that I will refuse to eat. I was triggered by them, and rabbit, which I've never actually tried. I don't know if I like rabbit, but I eat pretty much everything but pork and veal. For some reason, I've never wanted to even order or try. It's always put me off. Lentils was another one. Even when I was vegan, I refused to eat lentils. I'll go for chickpeas, I was fine with them, but not lentils. Soy and tempeh, two things I've also always not liked. People will eat them because they're basically diet things, but the soy you should really avoid. Or dairy, so all types of cheese. I don't actually like cheese, the taste of cheese. Cheese has always been like an added thing for calories and for extra fats and protein, so cheese was on there. Gluten, of course, pretty much everyone will be triggered by gluten. One thing, so this list is huge, I'm not going to go through it all. So things like normal sugar, brown sugar, corn sugar. Corn was another one. A lot of people's body don't agree with corn. Mine is a no-go. Champagne. Now one thing that was a super surprise was chili powder. Now I always get the chili powder and taco seasoning, and I put it on top of my kangaroo mints, and I'll make like a bulk dish every couple weeks to every month. Now the last 2 runs I've done the chili powder, I've actually got severely bloated and I felt nauseous and I did not feel good the whole time I was eating my 4 to 5 servings of the kangaroo mints. And I cannot figure out why. I'm like, there's something in this taco seasoning or this chili seasoning that my body is saying no to, and chili powder popped up. So I was like, I see it now. Other than that, there's things like prickly pears, which I think are only available in America and not in Australia, so I avoid them anyway. We tested Milo. I'm a no-go for Milo, but I think that's because of the dairy. It's the lactose in dairy my body has a problem with. Canola oil, other vegetable oils, other vegetable fats, which more than likely all of us will be triggered by. Sunflower oil. Yogurt, especially sheep's yogurt, was also a no-go. Whey, I always now bloat with whey protein powder, which is new for me, so that has become a no-go. And there's a couple of additives as well, which most people feel the same. Coca-Cola, out of all the soft drinks, Coke has also been something that I've been quite turned off with, and my body is not liking the Coke. So there's a huge list here, but I was actually, and lactose, so I was so skeptical going in. It's just me as a person. I don't really trust something until I can look into it enough. But when the machine was going and she started to say what things my body was saying no to, I was like, really? Like, I won't eat that. I refuse to eat that. That makes me nauseous. That makes me sick. And I'm the type of person that eats literally 90% of foods. I'm fine with so many foods. So one huge takeaway was that if there's a food that puts you off, or if your parents tell you to eat a certain food, there's a reason why your body is saying no. So if you have kids and your kids are saying, I don't like Brussels sprouts, and you're saying, eat your Brussels sprouts, they're telling you something. They're saying that my body will not feel good if I eat this food. So it's really important to start listening to your body. I'm only just starting to actually listen to what my body's saying. Like, I ate cabbage and I was like, why is my body not feeling good after eating cabbage? Cabbage is healthy. And then after seeing this, I'm like, no, cabbage is not healthy for my body. Everyone is so different, and you got to find out what works for you. So like, literally test foods. So say you eat a dish you cooked at home, and find the ingredient on there so it bloated you. Now eliminate the ingredients on that plate and figure out what it was that caused the digestive issues. Like, were you gassy afterwards? Were you feeling bloated? Were you a little bit sluggish the next day? Were you a little bit like moody? There's certain signs that can tell you that the food you're eating, your body is saying, do not put this in my body. So it's really important to start listening to what your gut and all this is telling you. So thank you so much for checking out my video. If you do get an opportunity to try a food sensitivity test, I actually recommend it. Like, it's a cheaper way, it's an easy way to go about it without having to go for blood or a hair sample. And I think we went through about 100 or so different foods to figure out what I was intolerant to, and through the foods we went through, I got a pretty big like picture of what my body doesn't like and what my body likes, and I learned a lot more about my body. And when something doesn't, it makes me realize that when something doesn't agree with me, my body is telling me something, and it's really important to start listening to those little tiny things. So thank you so much for watching my video. Go give it a go. If you have done this before, let me know in the comments below what your body triggered, what you found from it, if you've had any issues with it, and if your readings were somewhat similar to mine. So thank you so much for watching, and make sure you check me out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And I also have Snapchat for @TiaMarks. And in the meantime, keep being strong, happy, and healthy.